This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
(6:15). This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Dulmin Samarasinghe, read by Soundi Thavam. The Indian Army commander says India expects stability in neighbouring countries for regional security. A meeting takes place between the President and the Indian State Council member Subramaniam Swamy. 2 bills passed in Parliament last week come into force today. The Education Minister requests teachers to perform their duty by the children. The Government Medical Officers Association prepares a set of proposals to remove the educational administrative weakness. The GC advanced level students in the Colombo district will be given the COVID vaccine from Friday. In foreign news, Havana syndrome reported at the US Embassy in Colombia. And in sports, the Lanka Premier League starts in December. The Indian Army Commander General Manoj Makunt Naravana met President Gotabaya Rajapaksa this morning at the Presidential Secretariat. Commencing the discussion, the Indian Army Commander said that his country highly expects stability in neighbouring countries for regional security. Recalling military training and experiences in India he had during his military service period, the President praised the leadership skills acquired by local army officers through training in India. The President inquired of General Manoj Makunt about ensuring India's security, military welfare activities in mountain ranges and ranks of Indian Army officers sent for training. The Indian Army Commander said that Indian Army officers are sent for leadership training after being appointed as a commander and explained about the age limit of various ranks sent on retirement. Nearly 1,000 Sri Lankan Army officers undergo training annually in India. The Indian Army Commander said that on request from Sri Lanka Army Commander General Shavendra Silva, a special training program for 50 officers will be provided in the future. General Makunt Naravana said that his memory on the experiences during his duty at the Trincomalee 4th Mile Post, representing the Indian Peacekeeping Force, was renewed with the tour. The President said he is also happy to speak about recalling the memory in such an occasion as a former Army officer. Meanwhile, the Indian Army Commander visited the Army headquarters in Batramulla this morning. The Army Commander General Shavendra Silva and the Indian Army Commander held bilateral discussions important to both countries. The Indian Army Commander is visiting Sri Lanka on an invitation from the Army Commander General Shavendra Silva. A senior politician of the Bharatiya Janata Party and a member of the Indian State Council, Subramaniam Swamy, met President Gotabaya Rajapaksa this morning at the Presidential Secretariat. Mr. Subramaniam Swamy has stood in a strong friendly relationship between Sri Lanka and India. He also emphasized that India should support to defeat terrorism in Sri Lanka. Mr. Subramaniam Swamy, who is an economist and a statistician, was a lecturer at conferences organized by the President when he was the Defence Secretary. President Rajapaksa expressed his happiness to meet him again during the visit. Speaker of Parliament Mahindayapa Abeyewardene endorsed the certificate on the Registration of Electors Amendment Bill and Employees Provident Fund Amendment Bill this morning. The 2 bills were taken up for debate in Parliament on the 7th of this month. The Employees Provident Fund Amendment Bill has been amended to enable Sri Lankan workers who are working in India to withdraw contributions to the Social Security Fund before the age of 58. The Registration of Electors Amendment Bill will enable persons who attain the age of 18 to cast their votes expeditiously. Education Minister Dinesh Gunawardena says that the government led by the President is committed to protect the rights of teachers. He pointed out the Prime Minister has assured to assist their future development as well. Therefore, he requested the teachers to perform their duties by the children. The minister mentioned this while attending a function in Mathugama in connection with the 137th birth anniversary of CWW Kannangara. The Government Medical Officers Association has prepared a set of proposals to remove educational administrative weaknesses which delays completing of higher education. It will pave the way for medical students to get the medical degree at 22 years and the basic degree at 20 years. The association has handed over a concept paper in this regard to the President recently. During a discussion with the Prime Minister in March, it has been agreed to look at the proposals in a positive manner. Secretary to the association, Dr. Senal Fernando, said that the concept paper was launched today to get the views of the public, including intellectuals, school and university students. Additional Secretary to the Ministry of Education, LMG Dharmasena, says that advanced level students in the Colombo district will be given the COVID vaccine from Friday. He said that the vaccine will be given for students sitting for the GCE advanced level this year for the first time and for students who have sat the examination once. Plans have been made to vaccinate school students at provincial level in the future. Students should have their identity card when coming for the vaccination. The information on vaccination has been published on the website of the Ministries of Education and Health. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Get a personal loan for your marriage, education or housing within 24 hours with People's Bank Digital Banking.
The Customs Media spokesman, Deputy Customs Director Sudanta Silva, said that an investigation has been launched to look into whether a custom officer supported to smuggle out from the Katunayake airport a stock of turmeric and cardamoms brought illegally by an Indian passenger. He said that CCTV footage is being inspected for investigations under Deputy Customs Director at the airport. The IGP informed the appeals court today that there isn't sufficient evidence against High Court Justice Gihan Pilapitiya, who has been named as a suspect in connection with voice recordings of former Minister Ranjan Ramanayake. Mr. Pilapitiya filed a writ petition requesting to nullify the steps taken to file the case on the Attorney General's advice. The Monetary Board at the Central Bank has made an order permitting Swarna Mahal Financial Services to resume business for a limited period of 6 months with effect from today. It is for the purpose of exploring the possibility of absorbing the company to the master plan for consolidation of the non-bank financial institutions sector. The Central Bank wishes to inform the public that Swarna Mahal Financial Services has not been permitted to carry on any finance business or other business. Therefore, the public is kindly requested to refrain from placing deposits or engaging in any other business with Swarna Mahal Financial Service in any manner, other than the settlement of contractual obligations to the Swarna Mahal Financial Services. The Attorney General today informed the Court of Appeal that the indictments filed against former Navy Commander Wasantha Karanagoda at the Colombo High Court trial at bar in connection with the abduction of 11 persons will be withdrawn. Senior State Counsel Avanti Pereira, appearing for the Attorney General, made these comments when the writ petition filed by Admiral of the Fleet Wasantha Karanagoda was taken before the Court of Appeal two-judge bench comprising Justice Sobhita Rajakaruna and Justice Dhammika Ganepala. That concludes local news.
Get a personal loan for your marriage, education or housing within 24 hours with People's Bank Digital Banking. People's Bank Digital Banking, your ultimate convenience.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vedha Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedha Mahatmya.
The Ministry of Health says 438 COVID-19 patients were discharged from medical care today as they have recovered from the virus infection. This brings the total number of recoveries reported in the country to 491,238. Sri Lanka has recorded 527,735 cases of COVID-19 so far. 23,120 patients are currently receiving treatment at hospitals. Meanwhile, the deaths from the coronavirus stands at 13,377 and came to you in the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedha Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Sipiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Sipiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Sipiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Sipiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And now in Watch Live.
Several alternative routes have been introduced by the police to reduce traffic congestion along Baseline Road due to the final stages of the construction of the new Kalani Bridge. The police department requests the motorists to utilize the following alternative routes in order to help ease traffic congestion. Vehicles arriving via Kandy Road to enter Colombo are requested not to use Baseline Road and instead travel through Navaloka roundabout, Totalang Junction, Prince of Wales Avenue or Blumandal Road to enter Colombo. Vehicles arriving via Nigambo Road can enter Colombo through Kadirana Bridge, Alut Mawatha, and vehicles arriving via the old Avisavela Road can travel through Koskas Junction, Leard's Broadway Road and Prince of Wales Avenue, and came to you in Watchlight.
World News.
Making headlines this evening, Havana syndrome reported at the US Embassy in Colombia. The EU offers fewer Northern Ireland border checks on British goods. And Star Trek star William Shatner is ready to boldly go into space. US officials are investigating possible cases of Havana syndrome illness in Colombia days before a visit by the Secretary of State. US media say US Embassy staff in Bogota may have been injured by the mysterious illness, which causes a painful sound in the ears, fatigue and dizziness. First reported in Cuba in 2016, US diplomats around the world have since reported cases of the syndrome. The EU is set to out proposals later to address the row about trade in Northern Ireland. The UK wants to change the deal struck as part of the Brexit process to allow goods to circulate more freely between Great Britain and Northern Ireland. It says the current rules impose too many barriers to the sale of chilled meats and other products. The EU's proposals, which it calls far-reaching, are expected to involve reduced checks on goods and medicines. Hollywood actor William Shatner will later become the oldest person to go into space when he takes a ride in the Blue Origin suborbital capsule. The 90-year-old who played Captain James T. Kirk in the Star Trek films and TV series says he's looking forward to seeing Earth from a new perspective. He will blast off from the Texas desert with 3 other individuals. Back to the headlines of the world news. Havana syndrome reported at the US Embassy in Colombia. The EU offers fewer Northern Ireland border checks on British goods. And Star Trek star William Shatner is ready to boldly go into space. That concludes this bulletin of world news.
And now in development news.
The World Trade Center has installed the most advanced technology water-cooled centrifugal chillers with extremely high operational efficiency. The recently installed chillers operated with low ozone depletion next-generation refrigerant, resulting in high chiller efficiency and energy savings. Furthermore, the chillers will substantially reduce CO2 emissions and improve the energy efficiency of the building. That came to you in development news.
Sports news.
Sri Lanka Cricket has confirmed the Lanka Premier League 2021 will begin on the 5th of December with the final set for the 23rd of December. The first match of the Lanka Premier League, which will be held at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo, will be between last year's finalists Galle Gladiators and the renowned Jaffna Kings, while the final will take place in Hambantota. Sri Lanka Cricket said the first round of the tournament, which will consist of 20 games, will be played at the R. Premadasa International Stadium in Colombo before it moves into the Mahinda Rajapaksa International Stadium in Hambantota to proceed with the final round games. The tournament format has been rearranged from the first edition with the inclusion of an eliminator, which several players had called for last year. This year's edition has reportedly seen 74 international cricketers register for the player draft. In total, 225 player applications have been approved for the player draft. Each of the 5 teams will be allowed a squad of 20 players, including 6 overseas players. And all that came to you in sports news. We'll look at business news next.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to September 30th, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency through NSB U-Trust for 6 months consecutively. Send more money and increase the chances of winning.
Business news. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Leading Sri Lankan corrugated carton manufacturer Expect Corrugated Cartons Limited successfully concluded its virtual investor forum and event for analysts as the company prepares to go public. Expect is making an initial public offering of its shares, which is due to close on the 22nd of October and will subsequently be listed on the Colombo Stock Exchange. That's business news, economic news up next.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners.
Economic news, courtesy of
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The Colombo Stock Exchange, in association with the Securities and Exchange Commission, joined stock exchanges from around the world to ring the bell for finance literacy as part of the World Investor Week 2021 global campaign. The International Organization of Securities Commissions recently launched its 5th annual World Investor Week campaign. That's economic news.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather report.
The Met Department says several spells of showers will occur in the western, Sabaragamuwa, central and northwestern provinces and in the Galle and Matara districts. The wind speed can increase up to 60 km per hour at times in the western slopes of the central hills, northern, north-central, northwestern and southern provinces and in the Trincomalee district. To conclude this bulletin of news, a recap of the headlines. The Indian Army Commander says India expects stability in neighbouring countries for regional security. A meeting takes place between the President and the Indian State Council member Subramaniam Swamy. 2 bills passed in Parliament last week come into force today. The Education Minister requests teachers to perform their duty by the children. The Government Medical Officers Association prepares a set of proposals to remove the educational administrative weaknesses. The GC advanced level students in the Colombo district will be given the COVID vaccine from Friday. Havana syndrome reported at the US Embassy in Colombia, and the Lanka Premier League starts in December. That concludes this evening's news broadcast.